Hello and welcome back to my channel, Checks, Captures, Threats. Today's episode we're now going over game 23 in the rapid increase. So, we've done alright so far. We lost last time out though from a little bit silly at the end game, but hopefully this time we can come back and get our rating a little bit better. So, it's from someone from Kazakhstan. Okay, so, wow, immediately playing G6. So, we're going to play our London. As I like this opening the most so far, out of the ones we've done from the learn the openings. Now I'm going to have to play this C3 pawn immediately because of this. This is the whole point actually that we did this. Now the only issue we might have is after we push this, is this capture. They could technically win it, but I think if we play this move, it might stop that. So we're already a little bit in a bit of a pickle so far, but I think we could offer a queen trade very early on, and I don't mind being double pawned here because then we could rook lift. So again, I'll queen out very early, but that's because he got his queen out incredibly early. So again, I wouldn't mind giving him a double pawn though, because I know that they might struggle with the rook. So it's a little bit difficult for him to decide now. Now we could have technically played the queen up one here. I just didn't like the look of that because it blocks the knight in. So he's just going to get his knight out now. Put more pressure on this. So we're going to probably have to push the pawn here. Or we could just push now. I think we're going to push the pawn because then it opens up our bishop. He's playing very quick though, straight away. I was very confused with all of these moves. But he's going to get his knight out now. Now, normally you put your bishop in the pyramid, but because he's Franchettoed, it obviously looks a little bit difficult. So, what we could actually do here is play this move. So, at the minute, neither of us is going to do this by the looks of it, because I think we both know that we might want it then. I think he doesn't mind, if I can take that as a guess. He can play this move, but I'm not too worried about that. I feel like there's nothing on. Yes, he's attacking this, but there's no piece to help him, and it's very easy to play a move like this or this to help stop that. So the main reason I'm doing this is to attack this, obviously, and he will not play that. I'll be very surprised. Okay, so he's going to play this. Now, he's obviously looking for a trade. Now, I don't think I can take firstly, because after this, I haven't got a move. Actually, after I take here, I think I can actually take this pawn first. So if I take the pawn, he moves his king. Then I take his queen. He obviously has to take our queen back. Then I move the bishop all the way back to here. I find that pretty good, if you ask me. Okay. So we're just going to continue with our massacre. Ah. There's the tactic. We've fallen short again. If you can see it, well done, because if I move this bishop all the way back, he can capture because he will win this. Is there anywhere else? I don't think so, but actually, hold on, it's not all gone yet. It's not all done yet. Let's think, because we can move this knight, for example. Okay, there's nothing really on. This one, they push. Again, we're struggling. But is there anything else we can do here? There must be something we have. I think one of those knight moves is the only way. We could win 2 pawns. Oh, wait, no, she's just going to play that after, isn't he? I might have to play this first. Actually, wait, this might get out of it. No, he can still attack us. Oh my god, this is horrible. I'm going to have to just move my knight, aren't I? That's a real shame, that. That's a very weird. I feel like he saw that very late on. I'm very surprised if he saw that quite quickly. Fair play, because that was a very difficult thing for me to even get hold of there. But that was a good 4 or 5 moves ahead. I'm very sorry. That was a very silly bit of action there. Probably could have done better. As we can win a pawn here. We could actually push, but again, that's just going to not do anything. Most likely you're going to castle in second. Okay, so he is going to actually win this pawn after all. Oh, trade actually. I know he is going to win the pawn because he's got 2 on it. Is there anywhere we can play? We can play this knight out, but then that really doesn't look good for us. Yeah, no. We're just going to castle. We're going to allow this. I'll just play something like that after. So, not the best so far. We're also 3 minutes down. It's all gone wrong again. It's one of these days where they've just seen a tactic early on. I mean, I don't like when it's always an early opening tactic someone wins by, but it does happen. And yeah. So there's still chances. We are 3 points down, but there is still. I'm not losing too much hope. There's definitely a lot we're losing by, but yeah. Oh, didn't mean that. Now, I guess we'll just get our rook open here. Try and double up maybe. I mean, I'll obviously stop back rank, and hopefully this time I don't do the silly back rank where I've messed up before. So, if we do lose this, I'm gonna say nearly when. We are going to be 1809, I believe. So we're still in the 1800s at least. You can take that for granted here. So we're still in that high spot there. Probably should have pushed that pawn, but I didn't like this. So, yeah, I mean, he can actually just take, and then I'm actually going to have to take the rook, because if I take that, I've lost this. So, actually, I'm very surprised he played that, of all things. That was actually a very weird move he played. Good thing is I can just use this as a bit of practice, against this guy. You never know as well. His bishop is actually very bad at the minute. So there is always chances, because he can't push any of these pawns so far. So he needs to attack this pawn, as he's doing right now. So we're just going to also attack it. I'm going to get the king out now as well. Let's have a look. Can we push? No, because of that. I have to play this first. So yeah, hugely low on time. That was because we spent, let's see, 1 minute 9 on move 10. So can't play that still. It's going to move our king all the way up. So we can take here. Oh, wow. So he's actually just going to completely forget about that. We might have to accept this trade again. I don't want to do trades because we're losing. I'm kind of letting him simplify, but at the same time, I can't let him easily win pawns like that, where we're just easily going to be losing then. So, I mean, he technically in this position, I'm only, we're even because his bishop is doing absolutely nothing. But obviously, I mean, technically it's protecting this pawn and this pawn, but it's not really. So, okay, he's going to push his pawn up now. I think we're just going to just push a pawn. Again, there's not too many moves I have, as if I move this rook off this line, I lose the pawn. I can move it down. I probably will in the next few moves. To be fair, his rook is blocked other than that square, so he will most likely play that. Wow. I have to play en passant. This might be a bit of a comeback for us here. Hold on. If I play here, he's got that. That's actually fine, because I just play all the way down. If he goes there, I have this, which he just goes like this. I can just keep attacking him. He can't block with his rook. I don't think I'll be able to promote this pawn, but I do think we might be able to cause some activity. Now, he has got his bishop out, though. That's the only issue. Okay, I don't actually know what he's trying to do right now. So I feel like he might have just given up his bishop. Because there's nothing on here. There's a check. I just go back. He has to play bishop here and give up the bishop, no? We might be back in this after all. Who would have thought? Yeah, I think I'm not going to do anything stupid like this because I think we will lose it. So we have not too long, but we have been given back maybe, just maybe, a bit of a miracle here. And I've got to use a bit of my trial, let's say, of an endgame here. Now, the good thing is, well, he's actually blocked in his rook again. He's done it twice now. We can't attack it. It's nothing. We're not going to be able to do anything with it. This could definitely be a draw now. If we can, it's a draw, I think, because we're on the same amount of pieces now. The only issue is we're double pawned, and he has a pawn here. That's the only issue. The only good thing is that I think he has to move his king, and we can easily get our king over there, because this rook won't be able to get over there or there, and we're protected. So, yeah, we're going to have to follow as quickly as possible here. So he's probably going to play this. Yeah, that's the only annoying thing. We're going to have to go all the way down now, which might give him a check. We can push up, though. Here. A bit risky. But this does make his... I think he might have to play something like this, though. Which is even riskier. Yeah. So we're just going to play a check here. I don't know if he can play that. Because check moves there. Oh, then you got check takes there. It's definitely not... like easy to see, I'll tell you that much. I think we're just going to keep giving checks. Attack this pawn. I'm going to let him push because then I can take. And now attack this rook to probably come back. And now we're going to bring this rook across here. And now we can give some checks. Okay, he's going to give some checks now. I will take a draw here now as well, I'd like to say. A draw here would be much more than reasonable. The only issue is I don't think that's going to happen now. I think we're guaranteed to play a check here. And he's obviously going to push. We play there and I think you're going to have that. Now, it's not still over just yet. Okay. I don't really get... oh, I do get the check now. Because now he can just push back like it's nothing. Oh, he does have that. That's the annoying thing. I was going to try and play that and then hope he pushes and then I have this. But then he has check. That's an absolute blow. Okay. We're going to take because it's not all over yet. We have two pawns here that are ready to push. Now, annoyingly, they're together, so this is absolutely atrocious. But, yeah, as you see, we lose a pawn here already. But, oh, wow. Oh, he's actually going to do that. That's great. Wait, actually, hold on. I think he's given up. A draw. Oh, my God. He's actually given away a draw late on. This is magical. Wow. I'm astounded. He's just given away a huge... we actually gained a point from that. Woohoo. We are actually... somehow we lost it completely in the opening. We gained it back towards the end game. We completely lost in the end game. And then somehow he's just immediately given up his go here. So, wow. Actually, let me call that back up. We had an 85.8% accuracy against 87.2%. We actually played 5 game moves, so we actually had a good end game, I think, realistically. But very early on, we obviously had this moment, and It actually was push the pawn. Wait. Oh, yes. Oh, I've got to think. The bishop can come back. I forgot about the bishop because I thought it was gone by then. Okay. So that was my first mistake, which made me 3 points down immediately. And this is where I already thought I was down and out. But then, he played this very well. But then he got a little bit too kind of dedicated to the pawn. And then he was dedicated to get his bishop out. So he played a very weird move here. And that was the big blow there. And now we're still even. That's the thing. I made a mistake in one of these moves. It was actually push the pawn. Wow. Ah, that makes so much sense. The big thing here was that he allowed us to take, and then he played King G5, which gave us a lucky draw. So that is it for today's video. That was a very crazy video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. So thank you and goodbye.